Welcome back to our show! We all know why you're here. You want to see those long half-elf legs in action, don't ya? Don't worry, that will happen very soon. As Shiranui Flare is the subject of the video, but first, it seems like she's going to have some assistance from Kohone. Kohone's assist will be Olayo! The assist version will automatically use the turnaround ability in case of a projectile, which will nullify that said projectile as she continues her movement to punch her opponent. If you missed any of my previous videos, you can catch them by following the link in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss anything. Now, let's get serious.
Please give him some medicine.
Somebody give this man some medicine! Please give him some medicine! Please! Please!
Back to our favorite half coffee, half health. First off, we have to talk about the touchy subject of how Flare will play. If you managed to avoid the arrows during the last video, it is without any surprise for you, but Flare will adopt the archer archetype in our Perfect Hololive Fighting Game. And yes, that despite Flare saying she doesn't want to be associated with bows. Because I am sorry Flare, but the main weapon your character was shown using in official materials like Hololive Alternative or the official Flare Figma was a bow. In the same way, the object representing Flare in the Interact Fantasia MV was also a bow. I don't think it's because Flare is an elf that people associate her and being an archer. After all, nobody thinks Lamy or Akirose should use a bow. It's simply because Cover put out this official depiction of Flare's character fighting using a bow. And in the logic where this dream game would be directed by Cover, I think it's fair to assume they would go in that same direction again. Also, another important point to take into account, a lot of Holomen can potentially use guns or cold weapons for their movesets, but Flare is the only one that would make sense as an archer archetype, regarding previously mentioned official material. And as I said in the roster video, filling the game with all kinds of very different archetypes is one of the most important things in a fighting game, in my opinion. And archers are one of those pretty rare archetypes, so go man, but it is what it is. Her normals would consist of a lot of arrow shooting, using her bow as a blunt weapon, but also a few kicks, because we need to use those long legs for the sake of spacing and footsies. With that being said, let's go to her holo button. It will be Unknown Fire, aka Shiranui. I don't think Flare's pyrokinetic abilities were ever hard confirmed, but they were absolutely hinted at here and there. From Flare's own name to her 3D reveal thumbnail, quite a lot of fans also assume that power in their fan arts. So I think it's safe to use it here as well. Worst case scenario, let's just say the change gave her the ability to manipulate fire. Quick reminder for those who didn't follow the previous videos, the change is a cheap plot device I made up in order to justify giving the talents powers they don't usually have. It is also the fiction trigger of our story mode. But back to Flare. With Shiranui, she can give a fire effect to any of her moves, normals and specials involving arrows, and some other arrowless moves by pressing the holo button when executing the said move. This Shiranui fire inflicts additional damage, burns the opponent and stays on the opponent for a while. If the opponent uses an assist, it gets inflicted by Shiranui as well. The more members of the opposite team are affected by the debuff, the more additional damage Shiranui fire does. Against a pure solo, you can stack up to 3 Shiranui on them instead. And if the solo is using one assist, it will be only 2 counters for Shiranui, plus the assist that will also be able to be affected. And so if the solo has 2 assists, it just works normally. However, her Shiranui resources are limited in the form of a gauge, and you will have to manage it carefully if you want her to be an actual threat. If you deplete the Shiranui meter, you'll have to wait until it is completely filled up before being able to use her holo button again. Let's move on to Flair's special moves now. Let's start by 2-3-6 plus attack. Flair gets in position, draws her bow, and shoots an arrow. You can hold the button in order to charge a shot. You can also add Shiranui during the charge for less special meter spent and more damage. However, Flair can then burn her fingers if charged for too long, cancelling the animation and leaving her wide open for a bit. The button's strength is used to influence the angle at which the arrow is shot. The move is also usable in the air. 2-1-4 plus attack. Flair kicks things in front of her with her beautiful legs. The A button is 1 kick, the B button 2 kicks, and the C button does a 3 kicks combo. 6-2-3 plus attack. Flair shoots an arrow in the air that then falls back down on the ground. A shoots 1 arrow, B shoots 2 arrows, and C shoots 3 arrows. The multiple arrows fall at different places with a bit of distance between them. If you apply Shiranui during the move, all the arrows will be affected, but the more arrows, the more Shiranui meter the move will consume. And finally, 2-2 plus holo. Flair uses her health agility to move fast, to appear behind the last arrow that was marked by Shiranui, kicking it and changing its trajectory by a 45 degrees angle in exchange for removing the Shiranui effect on it. You can still reapply Shiranui on that arrow by pressing holo just after the kick, as long as you have the special meter for it. It is essentially just a teleport that you can aim precisely thanks to a projectile. The EX version keeps Shiranui on the arrow. For Flair's supers, we have 2-3-6, 2-3-6 plus A. For her level 1, Flair shoots up a bunch of arrows that then keep falling towards the ground for a few seconds. 2-3-6, 2-3-6 plus B. An install in which Flair's Shiranui gauge refills way faster and allows Flair to make the 2 last arrows she fired affected by Shiranui. Since it's an install, it lasts only a moment, but it lasts longer if you can get the whole team affected by Shiranui or 3 stacks of it on a solo player. 2-3-6, 2-3-6 plus C. Flair's level 3 has her breaking her bow in frustration and taking machine guns from her back in order to shower her enemies with bullets. Because let's give Flair what she wants, damn it! For her alternative level 3, Flair will trap you in a forest and then start burning the trees around you while laughing. Never forget that Shiraken is actually a secret arsonist company. My design behind Flair's moveset was to keep things relatively simple, not a lot of specials and no complex inputs. However, doing so while also giving her a complex meter management tool that can be used for huge damage and insane mobility in the form of a teleport or even chain teleports if used correctly. Now for her theme song, it will be Smile and Go. Her first original song has kinda been Flair's anthem for a while now. It is her most popular one and the song most people associate with her. Her secondary unlockable song will be Then Yoku Jumping. As the other candidate, Fure Fure El Fure being a song completely about her own fan base, it didn't feel very appropriate for a Flair's theme song. Her alternative outfit will be the casual outfit, the one she still uses the most even after her redesign. Personally, I would have liked her original one because it is very combat outfit-like, but it has been sealed into limbo, so better not touch it at all. And done! Today, that cute half-elf shot an arrow in the heart of our perfect Hololive fighting game, making it even better than before. But perfection is not a constant, so how would you make Flair play in our perfect Hololive fighting game? What would you change to the moveset I came up with? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to not miss a new HoloMan moveset every Sunday. Bye!
Take off my coat, you pervs. Yes, hello. Hello, everyone. What do you think? I think it's pretty good. Crony, I feel like you need some actual work outfit. So bam. Woohoo! Now I can do ring fit! Woohoo!
Without you